Short video. How is everybody? Things are looking a little upside down. Can't walk on my ceilings. Gonna go warm up some water. Going to be starting in 5 minutes, so that would be 11:11 Eastern Standard Time. So just move your videos forward. Welcome to the new year. I haven't been doing very many videos. Trying to keep the quality, trying to just breathe for all those who are on vacation now or any time in the year that you have time to watch the video. Welcome. Going to be there in a minute. So in last night's video, I was working on the number 3, and I'm still going to go back and to continue to finish off what I began last night, which is right over here. You can look it over. I'm just looking for my backdoor video. Okay, I'm looking for a video that I was playing. Just give me 1 second. Okay, I'm going to open it up and see where I've gotten to in this video. Because the sound did not come down properly. So I'm trying to, I'm going to see if I can go over part of what went on and explain it. Just give me a second. Just trying to get it on the screen here. So what I'm marking over here, I'm just going to take off the sound. Is that the word V and Z? Sorry, let me stop this video at the same time. The word 3 equals to 56. The letter count is right over here. When we add it together, it equals to this, T equaling to the gateway into the cycle. This numeric value is 1 more than 45. Every time you pass 45, it increments itself into the next eighth. There's 8 times 45 for the 360. It also is a word that says Zion, Israel, house of DC, because how it's fabricated within. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 will create 10. And 24, which is the gateway and the house to Mars. Now, E and F, the total, are right here, E and F. They total 11. So A, B, C, D will equal 10, like in Windows 10, and this one will equal to 11. A and B equals to 1 and 2. You flip them over, it becomes 77. B, E, A, F. V is opposite of E. A is opposite of F. B, E, A, F. So V and Z equals to 48, Sun, Pluto. At the same time, to buy, to sell, the ring and the pole. And the ring and the pole significant to the cube, because when you go around the cube, I call it the ring. When you go up and down, I call it the pole. So here is the pole. Doesn't matter which one of these phalanges it is. On the outside, you have number 2 and 6. So we're going to put them together over here and do that first part. And just to note that when you get the letters A and F together, okay, as 1 and 6, when you say it, it says F, but can you refer it to somebody in misunderstanding as half? Just looking to put some, I need to see my screen. Okay. Right over here. And the mathematics will create this, which will create this and this. And what I'm going to tell you about these numbers, it's up to you. It's up to you to believe whether or not they have that significant value. So I can jump over to understand my rules and regulations of what I do come from Scrabble, the deck of cards. In the deck of cards, you can play Hold'em and have 7 cards. Or in there's 5 card, what they call stud. And then there's 7 card, I forget what they call that game, but you're only using 5 of 7. Just like on these cubes, right? Just like on these cubes, you're only using 7 of 9. So if 7, 8, 9, then 8 is an action figure to what it was doing, and it took away 9, inverted it to what would be best as 6. The numeric value for 9, 42. The numeric value for 6 is 52. And it's ironic because when they shift it from one area to the other one and the different remains 10, the mathematics is 8 and 6 equaling to 14, to 10 and 7 equaling to 17. The total is 31, 22. 7 and 4, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 1 and 1 is 2. So these are their 2 revelations, or their actualities. The letter is N and Q, created by NAD and created by QAG. If you ever see these sounds or letters together, the reverse is JZT and the reverse is ZWM. So I'm not sure if they can become abbreviations or what they are. Their total value of each one is in the 3 cycle is 81, 54, and 27, because, and we're going to call this 1/3 and 2/3. These are equations that go with the actualities. What they might mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, does it matter whether you mix red and blue and green and all these colors together? You're still mixing them. But what was your answer? There was no answer. There were too many colors mixed together. So if you're mixing too many things together, you're going to come up with something unreadable, calculable to the sense of the other. It's the other. It's another color. We don't know what it is. We can give it a color. So you have all these rules and regulations. You have the word half, and I always look at this as the half-life, because for me, if you're measuring, anything that's in between is half. You see these 2 dots in between? That's half. Although when you're buying plywood, right, the reality of buying plywood, okay, buys everything in rectangular form. So I now bring in my cube. So you always want to have the heart or the reflection. So your size of 4 by 8 would be right over here. So if these cubes, if I'm going to just use first, second, and 3 value, I'm going to call this 3 and this 6. So you have 1 row, it's 3. You have 2 rows, it's another 3. So you go up by 3 and down by 3, and you have 9, 3, 6, 9 by 6. Now, plywoods that they sell at the stores are 4 by 8. So if I use this, right, what would I use it as to get this as high as 8? I can't. If I used it as 2s, right, I'd get 2, 2, 4, and then what I would get is only 6 high. So I'd get 2 by 6. I still wouldn't get 2 by 8. So what would I have to do to create 2 by 8? Well, this is 4 by only 6. So what would I have to do is I would add another row on top over here. And then you would have 4 areas over here. And then it would be 8. And then this one, instead of be 9, it'd be 12. So you can have like, let me see, did I get that right? If this was if they were 3 by 3 blocks, I'd be going 3, 6, 9, and now I'm going to go to 12. So 8 and 12. There are stories for this. I'm going to take away that word that's in between. Now, if you're not following me and you want to say something or ask me something, ask me. Stud can be an earring. It has to go in a hole. This would be a total of 12, 12, 12 by 3, 36, and 36. You'd have 2 formations coming together. Now, to take those 2 formations, I go right over here to the floor. Those X's that you see, those are formations of 3s all the way down linear to 36. 3 areas by 36, right? And they're cut up into areas of 12. This area goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and it cuts. And then it goes again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it cuts. It's numbers of 12, 1 through 12, 13 through 24, and then 25 through 36. So if those are my sections of 12, we have 1 all the way up to 12. We have 13 all the way up to 24, and we have 25 all the way up to 36. So note that if we did want to get the center of this board, right, we would be going rows. If we wanted to get the center for the entire board, so instead of having 36, you'd break it up into 24. So you'd remove 24. So you'd go, what is it, 6? I'm just trying to figure out 1 through 36. The center is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And then it'd be 13, 14, 15, 22, 23, 24. So obviously, this is the second row. And then to go into the bottom row, be 10, 11, 12. And then this row would be 25, 26, 27. So now what you would have is 18 of 36. Now you would have to have half the board, and that would be 10 through 27. So I'm going to go 666 minus 45 equals to 621. And then 28 over to 36 equals to 9 numbers. 28 over to 36. 28 over to 36. So that would be what? 31, 32. So 32 times 9 equals to 288. 36 plus 35 plus 34 plus 33 plus 32 plus 31 equals plus 30 plus 29 plus 28 equals 288, which is 4 times 72. And that's our true breakup of our day. 4 by 72 equals to 360. And what I say, 288 times 1.5, the numeric value for Mars gives us 432. That's the numeric value for Mars. Now 288 times 1.25 equals to your 360. And I'm just trying to understand. Mars memory comes together, and this one, it's only Mars that comes together. This is your memory, 512 memory, etc. There's what does it work in 64s? There's another one that works in another number. I forget what it is. This one also fits into the Mayan 25,625 of the Mayan. So when you see 25 by 25, you can filtrate that into the value of the short count of the Mayans, 767. The reason I do this is because the Gematria Gateway runs 676, 676. I run it on this angle because in order to go up and then down, you have to be able to move over. So if you're moving over, you're not going this way, you're going this way and this way, for the reason that 1 and 1 come together. And if 1 and 1 come together, are you going like this, then 1, 1 and continuing? It's the question I ask. We put a lot of things together it's hard to explain, but okay, let's leave that out. It's irrelevant right now. Now the center to all of this is right here. Q, T, J, G. That is the center to it all. Here is its cross relationships, okay? And this is where the hexagon fits in right over here. This is where the hexagon fits in. And here are your corners. These are your corners. They also have numeric values to them. Just give me a second. Yeah, so okay, we can leave it at that. And as you note, everything is 37. And the center of the board connects right over here. You can have one row, 51. You can have two rows, 60. But these two will equal 111. And then the opposite of this, these two will equal 111. Then this row and this row is 111. And this row and this row is 111. 333 to the core of the roulette. To where below as we spoke, all the way up to 10, it equals to 45. Then after, this is 1 through 9. This is going to be 28 through 36. Is going to be 288. And that'll be 333. And then in between, you'll have what is 333. And that's how the roulette table would be broken up. I think I'm going to have to do a live with that one. So the next piece I want to get into, right? This is the Fox pass. Now, if I had to pass this through this, I'm just trying to figure out what is the difference between here and here? It's that. So I put this here, you got 666. 10, 16, 18, 3, 6, 9, 9, 9, 9, 18, 9, 9, 9. Now, and this one would be 10 through 27. So this would be a 37 count. This would be a 10 count. And this would be a 64 count. 64, 74, 84, 94, 101, 111. I'm going to take a look at the rest of this programmation, and then I'm going to get on to the other part of the video. Okay, I did something that it's hard to pinpoint. I don't actually remember part of it. I'm going to start the video, and I'm going to just say what's going on in the video, and I'm going to stop it. Okay, when you see this over here, right, it takes 4 parts, okay, to create the true heart, okay? But we draw it together as 2 hearts overlapping. This is 2 hearts drawn over each other. You can see the W that supports the top side, or the V that divides the bottom side. So would W be up and V be down? Or would W be up and M be down, depending on what we're trying to explain? Regardless of the fact, this is a V letter. It's noted to be 5 and 5. Is that when they're talking about E and E, or V and V, the reverse alphabet? So what different stories are they telling us? And anyways, that is the sky pass right through 88. The 10C is because until we get to the next level, is what I'm going to be showing you I did yesterday, but I'm going to repeat it all over again. Yes, here it is. I don't even have to show you over there. I should be showing you on my paper here. Right. There's so many things going on inside of this. What I was going to show you in this first piece. Hold on. Before I get there. So let me see if we can finish this. In the word 3 says teacher. T-H-R. Teacher. The value of the word is 56. The multiplication and addition is 11 and 30. 4 months of 30 days. Every month has 11. Home, king. Eventually, the calculation creates this. And is it the past before the moon? Is it the multiplication before the addition, creating 4554? This will also create number 29, which is the birth and the half-life because of the math. Since I mentioned it, I'm going to have to show you. Okay, this is the extension of the beginning. This is its multiplier. This is how everything is divided. It's the 10 world because things only come back to the beginning at 10. I'm going to show you the other way, the shoelace, but let 1 times 4, 1 plus 4. The word fox, the word sun, the word breath are all number 5445. Their mathematics will create IT, the IT system, or 20th letter and 9th letter. Gematria, the 20th letter, is in the position of 7 for the 7th gate. We're going to have to go to numerologists and have them dictate to us what the numbers mean and why, and we can put them through the math and word test and see what they come up with. I can see clearly now. I'm going to get something to drink in the kitchen. I'll be back in a minute. Okay. Okay. Let me look at the page. Let me look at what I'm doing. We also have down here. You see this? What I did here? You see this piece of paper is. See, this piece of paper is cut, right? But when you fold it properly, when I fold this end of the paper this way and I cut it, so I can spin that back way, it looks like there's a hole, right? And I covered up the hole on this side. And I can take this one, right? And I can, hold on a second. I can spin this one so it looks like that, right? So now I got a hole up here, and I got the, anyways, okay. Right, so when things come back to the beginning again, I'm going to show you here. The first one, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, the 10th. But we start at 2. We leave. So the 0 position is the end as like the beginning position. You start and you end the connection of the ring. All the keys went on to the ring. Because number 2 is through all of this. It's the string. The holder of both ends of the string, and on here are all the beads. I think I'm going to have to look at that as a certain way to look at the equation, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I only made 9 movements. My 10 brought me back home again. So we're going to be working on this. This is the video that didn't upload yesterday. I'm just trying to see the 792 ending. This will have to do with the diameter of the Earth, 7920. Or if we open the 7 up to 5 and 2, 25, 9, 20 is a long Mayan count. The center to this equation with 2 at the beginning and the end, okay, leaving us with 8 numbers in between, 181. It's always 181, just like the 1 dot to the 8 void, which is confirmed by Rubik's Cube, and again confirmed by this calculator, and again confirmed by the way they set up. We had to have acceptance, right? And the way they set up to confirm with the 9 here, and then the way they confirmed here. So if they didn't confirm it in enough places, right? And I'm going to have to check out my audio again. Let me check my audio out. I hope it's working. Check my audio out. Is it working? I hope it's working. Okay, very good. Check my audio out. Is it working? I hope it's working. Okay, very good. Okay, let me go back and find my page. Here it is. Hey. So it's the face of 9, but roulette shows us, although they don't show us on the, everything is measured that way. The circle, I'll come back to the beginning. I don't have to leave one side or the other. 0 is all of it, both sides. And this roulette board is split up. You want to see the split up of this roulette board, and obviously it's not complete. It's funny the way I had 2 pictures and I made a design and I never put these 2 together, but Google did. Google put this together. One of my books with a crop circle. And it was just really ironic. We're going to go down to here. This is going to show up 5184, Mars and Pluto coming together, 135, connecting of the AD second sun. I call it the second sun because of the numerics 5 and 8 coming together. 8 and 1 come together on the cube. If you want to look at this cube, hold on a second. You see this number 1? There are 8 areas void, confirmation with, hold on a second. Confirmation with this cube over here, 8, 1 dot to the 8 that surrounds. The numeric value for Mars is 51. The numeric value for, 3 by 17 is 51 Mars. 3 by 28, which is the cycle of the Pluto moon. The Pluto controlling ring moon, I do not know why they work it this way. We have number 1 with electric company at the top over here. Purple is a very, very, very strong color. So we're going to go down. We're going to see if we can get, where can we go down to? Wow, we've gone very far down. Always seem to pass it. We have this, Grover Cleveland with the moving flag, with the moving pole, with the moving light. It's an exchange. It's a gateway exchange. Wow, I don't know why I don't see it. It's not possible. These are the straight linears of 36. Use this one to the right over here. This one over here. All these boxes are 2, 4, 6, and 8. All the lines will be odd numbers, but be lo and behold, that 12 is an odd number. Even though 6 by 2 go into it, it's an odd number. Behold, that 14. Two times 5 equals 10 odd. 2 times 6 equals 12 odd. 2 times 7 equals 12 odd. 2 times 8 equals 12 odd. 2 times 9 equals 12 odd. They're all odd numbers. So we're going to get 10, 7. We're going to get 12, 8. We're going to get 14, 9. We're going to get 16, 10, starting over here. And then we're going to get 18 and 11. G H I J K. And we get R P N L J. So these are the letters associated. There's other letters that are going to be associated. There's going to be changes in it. Things are going to change in their numeric value to where we're going to move this over here. Yeah, I'm a little all over the place. We're going to have to fix that up. Make sure we complete everything we began. So when we do that, I'll bring it down here. So we have JG17Q. We have LH20T. We have NI23W. We have PJ26Z, and we get RK29, and there is nothing that goes with it. So should I do the mathematics? 18 and 11 gives me IK. Should we say that it's, can we call each one of these, I got 1 7, or how about 7 1s? Do I have 2 zeros? Okay, or do I have 0 2s? Do I have 2 3s, or do I have 3 2s? Do I have 2 6s, or do I have 6 2s? So they're all questions you can ask yourself. What's going on? Here, I would have 2 9s equaling to 18, or 9 2s. So that's this teeny equation. The answers to the totality would end up to be 8, 2, 5, 8, 2. So if we go ahead to the calculator and see if that means anything anywhere, and it does, because here is your 8 2 5s. Every one is a 3. Although you think it goes down by 6 and up by 3, and up by 3 and down by 6, the actuality is these are just divisions of 3. This will conform to the dice cube. Here's your 6. You have a 3 void. So when you go 6 plus 6 is 12, 18, 24, you end up with 6, 3, 6, 3, 9, 6. So you went down by 3, up by 6, down by 3. The next one would be 30. So that would go, hold on, 6, 12, 8, 24, 30, 36. So this would go down to 3, and this one would go over to 9. So we go down 3, up 6, down 3, down 3, up 6. So we go to 42, which would be a 6, and it would go down 3. So you would have 363, 363, but you would not have completed the formation, right? We want to find a center formation to where this will be 48, 54, and this will be 3, and this will be 9. So now you have 3 9s, right? And your center formation, would this be the center of everything? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be your 3 9s. Are we running it in cycles? 3 parts of 3 9s. So now we would be going down 3 more and then up 6. So now you have 3 6 3 3 6 3 3 6. This happened here and this happened here, but this is not repeated. So we're going to have to continue this equation. So 54 becomes 60, 66, 72. So this would be 6, 3, 9. So we'd continue from 9 over to 6 would be a 3 difference. And the this would be another 3 difference. Did I get that right? This would be 54, 63 difference. And then from 3 to 9 will be a 6 difference. So we're going to write this all out and see what we get. 3, 6, 3. Let me not take it here. Wow. I didn't know the equation would be so big. It would be 3, 6, 3. 3, 6, 3, 3, 6, 3, 3, 6, 3, 3, 6, and then 78, right? To complete this one over here would be 6. So this would be 6 and this would be 3. It would end up like this. So we started with 363, we did 363, we did 363, and we ended up with 363. We ended up with 4. Now, what does it look like in a straight line? Where is the center? 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6. Hold on a second. Let me get this straight. This is something new for me, so I want to see what's going on. 3, 6, 3, 3, 6, 3, 3, 6, 3, 3, 6, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now let's see. We have 36, and we have 36, and we have 33, and we have 33, and we have 36, and we have 36. Okay, fine. Now the center of this, okay, is going to split over here or come together over here. This would be the center core of the numbers. This is the way you're at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Where only 4 will work in the center to 4, only 8 will be in the center of the extremity. 8 and 4, 12. This is a purple Mars setup. Anything to do with 8 and 12 or separation of 8, the game of pool. There are 15 balls in the game of pool. When you add them all together, it equals to 120. When you add up 1 through 5, your premier source of beginning, it ends up to be 15, which is 8 times. This is the gateway, the Mars student creation, 120. Not going to get into the math. 363, anything to do about 3 is how we began. 3 is everything. 3 is before, after 3, it becomes the mirror, and everything becomes a little distorted with the numbers. There's no more formation. Well, there's formation, but it's the formation of 4, no longer the formation of 3, which is the 180 degree or the mirror polar to what is the 3 is number 4, the house of DC. I'm not sure if you understood all of this, and we got into number 78. If we got into 84, 90, and 96, we'd complete the whole rotation of what is 6. So 6 it happens 16 times. Is that maybe one of the reasons for the Sweet 16, right? Or the 636, the first lottery that came out, 6 times 6, 1 times 6, or 0. When we get into this, we're just going to complete this formation. So this would be 3, and this would be 9, and this would be 6. So the difference between here would be 3, the difference between here would be 6, and the difference between here would be 3. So we'd end off this equation. What did I add on? I went on to, did I add on to this one over here? Just one second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You see, there's 5 boxes of pairs of 3s and the 6th one. 6th one repeats the first one. The total is 102. JB, Jack God, the blue ball in pool. It is 20 and 22. 42, it is the gateway. It is what is the T letter and the V letter, 2022 for the year we just passed. And the reverse alphabet is what is the 5G, and 5G is related to the DC moon. This is in your rotation of 6. So it's all 102. Valentine, the word Valentine is 102. At the same time, Valentine's happens on the 45th day of the year. And there's 310 plus 1 days on the next year, 311. What is that? 311, is that for a tow truck or company? But it's also the cube on the moon, a mathematical equation, which is 7 times 3, 7 plus 3. Also fits into the word Nibiru. Also fits into blackjack, okay, which is also 2 and 1, 21, BJ, right? Blackjack, 21. They're also using B2 and J1 for blackjack. The reverse alphabet of blackjack is YQ, 25 and 17, and it creates again another gateway, which is 1/2 times of what is 21. What is 10? 10 is A, B, C, D to come into the world. It's 2 times 5. It's a divided world. It's a doubled up world. It's a mirrored world. Just like that, I'm just going to show you this one picture over here. I don't know what's on my head, but that's what came out with a regular camera, not digital. We're going to go back to this. I want to speak about this 42, 51, 84, 53, and 50 yard line, right? There's all kinds of things. Here's pi brought into the 369 relationship. Some say that 9 and 0 are the same. And the reason for that, I believe, is because, you see, I'm going over a lot of these things. And if you'd ask me questions, I'll slow down. I'll go a little bit deeper. I have to look myself. Right now, this is just the mathematics that come with it. When you create a math problem, there it is. Doesn't mean much to many people, right? So 9 plus, give me any number, 6 equals to 15. Counted to a single digit, 1 plus 5 equals to 6. And that's the reason, okay, 9 is always going to remain what the number is. But the multiplication of 9 will bring everything to a 9 value. 9 times 6 equals to 54. 5 plus 4 equals to 6, and it's also the IT system. It's rotation passing in the sun. It's turning. One opens to one side, the other one opens to the other side. 9, 6, 9, 6. There's 2 of them or more. This also says IFO, like fois, like il est une fois, only one time. The thing when we go to now using 6 instead of 9, is that 6 times, let's say 5 equals to 30. So this one will equal to 3. Or 6 times 3 will equal to 18, and that'll equal to 9. Or 6 times, hold on a second. 6 times 6, or 6 times 4. 6 times 6 is 36. It equals to 9, and 6 by 4 is 24 equals to 6. What is the other one? 6 by 1, 6 by 2, 6 by 3, 6 by 4, 6 by 5, 6 by 6, 6 by 7, 6 by 8, 6 by 9. Yes, 6 by 9 equals to 54 equals to 9. So equals to 9. So you have what is 9, what is 6, and what is 3. So 3, 6, and 9 multiplied by 6 will always bring you back to the 9 house. So now when we go into the other numbers, as in 147 times 6 equals to 42, 6 equals to 24, 6 equals to 0, 6, it'll bring you into the 6 house. And now, see, it brings full formation. And now 2, 5, and 8 times 6 equals to 12, equals to 30, equals to 48. And each one of these, 4 and 8, 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 3 plus 0 is 3, 1 and 2 is 3. So instead of using the formation of 9, 6 brings everything back into the house of formation, 3, 6, and 9. The math does it by itself. Now, if we use any other number, yes, every other number is going to tell another story. Let me get another page. Let me get another page. We did 3, right? THR, teacher, in the half-life. Okay, so if we did a multiple of 4 by, let's say, 1, 4, or 7, 2, 5, or 8, 3, 6, or 9, this will equal to, whoa, this will be equal to 8, 2, 5, and this one equals to 3, 6, and 9. So this is what the 4 does. It brings them back, but in an inverted relationship to their numbers. Why? 4 by 4 is 16. 1 plus 6 equals to 7. 4 4 by 1 equals to 4, and 7 by 4 equals to 28. 2 plus 8 equals to 1. So this becomes 4, 7, and 1. Then 2 by 4 equals to 8. This is messy. I don't like this. This is messy. 4 times 1. 4 times 4, 4 times 7 equals to 4, equals to 16, equals to 28. We can use all three of these added up to a single digit. 14, 18, and this one is 3 and 18 equals to 21. We can add it up as a total. 4 plus 16 plus 28 equals to 38. I like to call this gold. I like to call it gold because gold is number 38. In French, it's or, and that'd be number 33. This would be number 38. If we use just a 7 and 4, it creates 44 area space. If we use 1 and 4 or 1 and 8, each one telling their own numeric story. Right now, we're breaking it down to what is 4, 16, and 8 equals to what is 1, 7, and 4, 7, and 1. And now we're going to go 4 times 2. What time of the video is this? 46:32, creaking. Last video is at 7:32, creaking. So when we multiply, this will equal to 8, this will equal to 20, this will equal to 32. To a single digit, we're going to have 0, 8, we're going to have 10, and we're going to have what is 6 and 10. I always like to look at this as the half mirrored world because of my vision or my envision noting that 6 and 4, okay, is going to equal to 10. And it's the 10 of the 4 world because 4 and 5 and 1, sorry, is that 3 and 1? Sorry, 3 and 1 through the moon. Let me explain again. 5 and 5, 6 and 4 create 10. When you take away 6 from 10 equals to 4, it's talking about the half world. I don't know how to describe it more. When you have dots in between, it's half of what the square is. How did a square come to be? Most things, is everything round? What's round? We have to understand the difference between round and linear. So this total over here will end up to be 60. Is that 60? 10 here, 5. I got 5 here. So that whole story I just told you, throw it out the door because this is on 510. I like it even better talking about Mars. 51 is 60. So the number for Mars 51 is 60. This is to a single digit. 1 times 5, 2 times 5. So the breakdown for this is 8, 2, and 5. And the number 4 times 3, 6, or 9 will equal to 12, will equal to 24, will equal to 36. The total will be 12 and 6. Each one is half of their own, it seems like, right? Except for this one, 6 times the difference. This is half, this is half, this is 6 times the difference. So we come over here, and this becomes 3, 6, and 9. So it seems like by multiplying by 4, nothing changes. It all remains the same. That when multiplying by, well, where did I multiply by 3? Let me do. We're multiplying by 6. We're going to do the 6, and then we're going to go ahead and do the 3. So the 6 times 1, 4, 7 equals 6 equals 24 equals 42. The total is 12 and 6. 12 and 6. 6 and 4 relationship. 6 and 4 relationship. We're going to have to go see how it's related when we invert the dice to 3 and 1 and see how that equation works out. Multiplied by 4, multiplied by 6, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 1. So now we're going to have this 42, 66, 72 is the total. 66 is the gateway, 72 on the clock to the 60 seconds that we run. Have to be talked about. This is the gateway. So in here we have 666 when added. In 2, 5, and 8, When we add it together, we get 10 and 8. This is one is a little bit different. Seems like the octagon of October, equaling to what is 333. And then once we go on to 3, 6, and 9, equals to 18, equals to 36, equals to 54, 8, 14, 18 Resh, and 9 IR inside the sun. 6 and 9 coming together, 6, 3, 9 coming together. 1 and 8 is 9, 9, 9. So we see that 6 brings everything into formation with 3, 6, and 9, while 4 keeps everything in its own. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do number, did we do number 3? We did number 6. Now we're going to do number 3. 3 times 1, 4, 7. We're going to do it this way or this way yet. 2, 5, and 8. And 3. I don't like it that way. It's ugly. One, 4, and 7 equals to 3, equals to 12, equals to 21. 3, 3, 3 also equals to 6, 36. 3 and 6. The total is 36 altogether. The 2, 5, and 8, 51, 38 for the noise, times 3 equals 6, equals to 15, equals to, oh, and by the way, CLU are the letters, right? The pig's pregnancy, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 days. We didn't do the letters with this. There's only 2 letters that fit. I don't know if I want to go over CNF, Celsius, and Fahrenheit. We need to repeat letters and words in acceptance in certain realms so that the air we breathe, the inception of the network that we live, being a computer, everything that I'm saying on this computer is recorded somewhere. All these dots and dashes and movements is going somewhere. That's how you're able to hear me. So therefore, it's being recorded, documented, and put away for further dates for who we don't know. You can deny me, but then if you deny me, there won't be any replays of anything, and there won't be any news because everything would disappear. So 3 by 8 is 24. The letters are F, O, and X. And anytime you have a single digit and I put a 0 before it, that is an empty space. Either it's singular in the center, a point standing for Mars, or you bring the 0 back in, which is again a relationship to part of Mars. 0, part of Mars. We have the word fox. The total here is 45 as 15 representing a Mars, 315, which is the divided ace sun. Why? Well, ace are these letters. Sun, although it's 19 slash 1 plus 9 equals to 10, 1 plus 0 equals to 1, which is 21U. I don't like to use that slash. It looks like a, every time I make a slash, it looks like a 7. And then this one is equal to 3, and then the E, and then the E is equal to 5. So we have this. Now, if you're playing the game of pool, again, this is separated. This is in the purple, the red, and blue worlds. The reason for that is the game of pool, that the 1-9 and the 2-10 and the 3-11 and the 4-12, this is purple. This one will create a window, the same as A, B, C, D creates the window. And this one is a reflection of what is Mars. Earth is 3. Earth is 33. Mars, Venus is 22. For any reason, some reason, what would be my reason? How did I find out? I'm going to explain to you as soon as I finish the equation, in which once you get to 3, 6, and 9 by 3, and just to note that the total over here is O, the total over here is F, and the total over here is X. It says Fox all the way itself. And I call it the Fox Pass because 55 is the sky. They use it in Army talk. I also noted that they're all 6s, and Route 66 was exchanged. Now they use the interchange. Inter means earth, earth chain okay, the chain, okay, the change. They've changed it over. They use the interchange. And it's created by what you will see, or have you seen. It's the interchain of, sorry, I should have been marking the interstate. The state has been changed because when they ask you what is the state matter, well, the state has been changed. So it's 88 that's created 64 and 16 equaling to what is I-80, 08. And to get your 88, it's actually hearts were made to be broken, right? This is one side, this is the other. They're put together. But the functionality, the way I like to do it, to show true form, is like that. And inside of it, you'll have your V and your W. Volkswagen. And those two letters will total 45, the 22nd and 23rd letter. The IT system in the sun connected together. If you notice, your heart never looks like this, your heart. It's because it's two parts to create one heart, two bodies to create one heart. This is also where your gateway stems into the half-life, the DC world, DC 10. So we did all of this. So what happened in formation? 3 brought everything to what is first formation, 147. Second formation, 258. Third formation is 369, 3, 6, and 9 in order. In the first orders of 3, what else does 3 do? The pig's pregnancy is by 3. They call the pigs, you can call it the ace or you can call it a dot, because when you go down to the casino, you threw the pigs. Now, if you threw the pigs, what's behind the pigs? 66. You notice there's 9 areas, right? There's 9 areas. But at no time will you ever use more than 6. But at no time can you ever count more dots than 7 unless this cube is turned. So it's always 7 of 9 one way, 7 of 9 the other way, 977. And the letters are pig. So we have the 3 formation over here. Now, what else was it? What happened? We said the 3 formations are different. To where, oh, yes, this is what I wanted to say. To where you have the 7 times 31, the 4 times 30, and the 1 times 28. So what are we going to get to over here if we do this? What is that addition? 365. Does it tell you anything? Yeah, the number of days in the year. There are 7 months of 31 days. There are 4 months of 30 days. There's 1 month of Valentine's. This cycle will run for 3 years or 1,095. And in the last one, we add the 366th year. Each one of them telling us about another story in which I don't have all the stories. I make some of them up. This is in rotation of the sun of creation of 10. 10 is your ABCD window. It's your Mars window. 4, we're going to go back to what 4 is, Earth and Mars. And don't forget, they're right here. The stories I'm telling you come off of these things. How I interpret it and whether you see the same thing. So what happened is Mars didn't let anything change. Formation just got inverted. The same way our moon and things get inverted in our moon. Now what happened over here in the multiplication? We had 4 by 4 equals to 16. I don't like the way that looks, right? 4 by 4, 4 times 4 equals to 16.7. 4 by 7 equals to 28. Dot 1. So this, again, back to the purple world. Why? The 4 and the 16, the 4 and the 12 ball create a 16. 12 minus the 28 are back to 16. So it's talking about the divided gate in the heavens. The game is the game of pool. It's talking about the pole. The reason I talk about the pole is the difference between the pole in the ring is right over here. So what you see as 1/2 possibly to me is 1/3 and 2/3. It talks about, for me, the pole in the ring. This is the way I'm instituting this understanding. The reason for that is the pole has 2 sides and the ring has 4 sides. And this is the way I'm going to interpret this. Now, 2 rings, 2 poles would be 2 times 4 sides, and this would be 2 times 2 equaling to 4, and this would be 4 by 4 equaling to 16. Again, back to the purple ball. And when we get the purple, and when we get the Pegasus, we get the constellation. The numeric value is 88, telling me about my passage. Purple has to include how we get the purple, and that's blue, and that's red, and that's blue and red, red. I don't know, but and if you want to douse that with a lighter color, you're going to add white, because white brings on the light, right? Although you might want to write it like this, just the wording alone, we don't have to see it written. It's what we hear. What did you hear? What did you see? What did you hear? Great big ears, great big eyes, great big nose. What did you smell? So there's your 88. Here's your rings. So now we talked about what happens to 3, what happens to 4. We talked about what happened with 6. I just want to look back and look myself. So that's my 3. Did we do numbers? I know we did number 6. How come I don't see it? Wow, I didn't even finish this equation over here. We'll get back to it. Okay, 1 second. Did we do number 6? I thought I did. All right, 6 is over here. So since we did 3 and 4, which are opposites on a cube, the 3 is opposite of the 4. Now what we're going to do is opposite of 1 from 6 and see what our answer is. So if we went opposite of 6 to see what our answer is, nothing will change. 1 times 1, 1 times 4. Everything remains in order with 1. Everything remains in order with 1. Everything remains in the same house with 4, but in disorder. So 1 and 4 seem to have the same qualities, or the same, I'm trying to figure out what word that would be. Or in fact, what would happen if I minused the 1 from the 6? What would happen in the scenario? I would end up with what? Take away 6 would be 5. Then this would be 20. And then I take away 1, 7 be 35. It would end up to be 2, 5, and 8. So it would move positions. I don't see any change. So at number 1, it stays the same. No change. Number 2, what is number 2? So let's see what happens with number 2 now. 2 times 1, 4, 7 equals to 2 equals to 8 equals to 14. 1 plus 4, 5, 8, and 2. Absolutely no change, just inverted, just like what happened to number 4. So then we're going to suspect the same thing. 2, 5, 8 multiplied by 2 is 4, is 10. Oh, we're seeing communication is 16. Communication in the half-life, 4, 1, 7. 10, 4 communication, CB codes 26, 30. Again, 30, 10, 20 location communication of the day in the sun. Wow, we put these two together, creates the Sunday. The word day is 30. 54 is sun, the dividing gate, the cat, E and I. It seems like it's an E and I when the E world comes into the I birth. So then the last one, 3, 6, 9 is going to create 6, is going to create 12, is going to create 18, which is 6, 3, and 9, just inverting positions, leaving 9 in its own position. So now what would we have? So if we'd be looking at this, we would see 285, 417, 639. This is the way the numbers would turn. So we're going to get 15, 12, and 18. It's always going to be the same. We're going to get 12 over here, and we're going to get 12 over here. So our center became 12, 12, to where our old center, okay, where our old center on the cross was 258 to 456 to what is 357 to what is 1, 5, and 9, and it's all 15s. So it's 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one is 60. This one is 48. So now if you like to play basketball, right, you'd be running with the 48 minutes 4 by 12. And if you like to play hockey, okay, you're going to go 4 by 15 minutes. So here you're going to go L, and here you're going to go O. And the reverse alphabet of L is O. So they're inverted to each other. Not only that, I'm just trying to see what the other one is. This is ABO, ABOE, the ABOC. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, B and C, B plus C equals E5. What else is inside of here? This one is 3, this one is 6. This one is 4 12s. I'm just trying to see. This is 3, so 4 by 3 is 12 is 3. I'm just trying to see what there's something else. There's something else inside of here. I'm missing what it is. Just give me a second. Yes, yes, yes. So one is based on thirds. The other is based on halves. Basketball is based on halves. Hockey is based on thirds. The reason I'm going to go with this configuration is that, and it's 20-minute periods. It's not 15. So that would go with football and basketball. So why did I come up with hockey in this one more than in this one? Just give me a second. There's a reason. Just give me a second what it was. Wow. 1/3 and 2/3. 4 by 12, 4 by 15. Again, this would give me the 7th gate through the game of pool. Why did I say hockey? 5 by 3, 15-minute intermissions. No, so we're not going to include the hockey in this right now. I'm going to try and understand why I said that. Just note this is F, L, and R. This one is D, J, and P. This is B, H, and N. Time heaven. So this one all gets inverted through 2. Did we do what happens through 5? No, but because the 5 is the invert, okay, the 5 is the invert to 2, but the 7 is the void to 2. So we're going to work with the 1, 4, 7 to 7, and we're going to end up with, so it's going to stay the same. When we work with the invert to 7, this area will remain the same as the 1 area remains the same. Now I'm starting to get confused if I was keeping up with this. See, the 3 turns it into all 3, 6, and 9 in formation, and our formation runs in 3s. Now, I don't want to confuse anything a little further, but I will show you something else about 3, is that everything that's divided by 3 will equal to a decimal point of either 0, 1, or 2, 3, 3, 3. Everything that's divided by 3 with 2, 5, and 8 will end up as a decimal point, the 666666666 of 0.012, as this will be 3333333. And then when you get the 369 by 3, it becomes whole, and there are no decimal points, just a lot of decimals and zeros. This is the way. So we're going to work it with number 7. Then we have 2, 5, and 8 coming into formation. And don't forget, they gave it to us right here. So 7 by 2. Oh, and let me add this up. We're going to get the 77. Wow. We got 77, 84. We got Christ. We have the gate. We have 777. And we have 84 for Pluto, which is 3 times 28 equaling to 84, which is 4 times 21. The 3 sets up and the 4 dozens that we use in the game of roulette, that we use on our clock, that we go to the 3 cycles at 28 for moon, which takes 4 cubes to complete. Before you can complete your cubes, before you can complete on a single die your cubes, you need a total of 4. So if I roll 2 dice and you roll 2 dice, that's the 4. Is it complete? There's 21 on each one. 21, 21, 4 times 21 is 84. So we know it's complete. So how does it work? 7, 14, 7. And then it goes 14, 14, 7. And then it goes 14, 7, 7, 14. I'm going to explain this to you in a second. When we begin counting on our cube, it's 14, then 7 is 21. The next one is automatically going to be 7. Or it's 7 and 14, 21. The automatic one is 7. So the next cube I start off with, okay, has to be a 7. So the next one, after I completed this one, my first cube, and then over here, here is the third side, and then boom, I have to go to number 14. And 14. 14 and 7 is 20. 7 and 14 is 21, and 7 is 28. I completed. Now I go at 14 and 14 is 28. Now I go 7, 14, 7, 28, or 7, 7, 14, 28. 7, 1 and 4, 5, 7, 5, 7, 7, 5, 7, 7, 5, 7. They're talking about the DC moon. Because 75 can be looking at the percentage. The percentage has to do with the sun rotation, with 8 rotating in 6 and 9, the heavens rotating in 6 and 9 because of the formation of the 9 or 6 looking like a percentage sign, also looking like the 8. And when you create the imagery for this, we end up with, let me see, we end up with this formation. And it looks like there's something pointed going down this way and this way. I've done it many times. I know it doesn't look great. Now you're going to ask me, where's the 14 and 7? Why does this have to do with hockey? Because although you see 6 sides, there are only 3 opposite sides. If it's sitting down like this would be the pole counting 2 sides. If I count 2 sides with dots, I am counting a total of 7. 7 for 2 sides. If I count around, we will see 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know right away the vibration is holding around the ring. Otherwise, we break the vibration. So we look at it this way. Anyways, that's discussable also. So we have 14 around, and now we have 4 sides. So although this looks like what is 1/2 of another, this and this is part of 1/3 and 2/3, making up for the ring and the pole. And that's where I get my 7 and 14s. So now I either have to be counting the ring, 14, or the pole, 7. But there's a change in this, okay? And there's another equation I created. It's an add-on equation. And this add-on equation is what if the cube was this way? See, when the cube is this way, it's a little bit different. And I'm going to explain to you something. From my vision, of course, is that the only time, if I was drilling a hole into this, the only, okay, if I took the, if I took the 1 dot over here, right, and I put it over here with the 6 dot, I would have a total of 7. But if I took the 1 dot and put it in between the 2 dot, I would have a total of 3. So there's the 3. Now I flip the 3 upside down, it's 4. So I have to fill in those 4 areas. I fill in the 4 areas, and boom, I only have 5. So the only, I have on the dice is 7 and 5, 6 and 1, and 4 and 3. And then I have again 7 and 5, but this 5 will be with 3 and 2, 5. And this still with 6 and 1. And then the next 5, and don't forget, every time you turn this dice, 1 and 6 is with 3 and 4, 5. Right? 1 and 6 was 3 and 4, 5. Now, 1 and 6 is with 2 and 5, 7. In this instance, 3 and 4 are up and down. But there's a change, because when that happens, 6 becomes the heaven. Because look at the formation. It's standing up and down. I can create a cross using that dot to create the H. So now when the 2 is up, it becomes the I. When the, well, with the 2 and the 5, it becomes the I. Doesn't matter, 2 or 5. And then the 3 and 4 creates the H, the divided house. When DC runs, they run the two sides of the house instead of being able to move over to both sides as I, whichever way you want to look at it. So when you look at this, the actuality, let me go to another page and see if we don't lose ourselves with the pig that we were talking about. Right? There was something I didn't finish. The 6, oh yes, the 6, hold on a second. I have to go back. I overtalked and explained, and I got to go back and look at something. When we begin 14th century for this, 7 for 2 sides. Oh, right. Okay, now I remember. Okay. 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 So we have 6 and 1 equaling to 7. 1, 2 and 5 equaling to 5. And 3 and 4 equaling to 5. So now when the 6 is up, okay, and the 1 is down, that is your 7 up. And what you have around, you will have around 3 and 4 equaling to 5, and 2 and 5 equaling to 5. So you'll have 7, 5, 5. So now, and in this, okay, like this, when that's happening, okay, what happens is this is both the H, okay, and the I. Both the heavens and birth is when it's showed this way. Both the heavens, and the reason for that is you don't know which way the 6 is ever. And when it's up, you don't know where it's the 6 is ever. Only when it's tilted to the side, right? When it's tilted to the side, you will have, let's say, the 3 up with the 4 down. And then you're going to have the 1 and 6 and 2 and 5 around, equaling to 7, equaling to 5. And here you will have 5 up, so you'll have the E world, E up, E down, EE. Here you have the sky pass. Electric company. And here you have time and electric company. Energy, Jesus, and a whole bunch of other words. Let's do it so we can read it. I have enough paper. I did a minus and an addition to this one. Here I can do the same thing. 50 and 20. I like to look at this as a gate. And this would be 70 and 24. Trying to understand something a little bit more to this right now. It's just a math. So this is the way that would look. Now, if 3 is up, right, we're looking at H. It can be 3 or 4. It doesn't matter. When 2 is up. Okay, when 2 is up, we have 1 and 6 equaling to 7. We have 4 and 3 equaling to 7. 2 up and 5 down equaling to 5. But in this instance, we're talking about the I. So I counts with 52, but the H counts with 34. So the heavens birth of Earth, between Earth and Mars, this is the house of DC. And the total is, it's funny the way the total is, it looks like 86 or 59, 5, 4, 3, 2, 9, 5. 86 is the house, the EI, 60 minutes on the clock, to birth in the E world, being an I birth in the E world, because it's the four corners that gets plugged in with the 5 card. The 5 fits over the 9, duplicates all the corners. But let's just leave it at that. That's nothing. So here we have 577. So here it's Christ. Here it's matter. And there's a whole bunch of other words, but it also brings on the 11th student. And the reason for this is the mathematics equals to this numeric value. Although it's not for the word student, the word 11 is 63. And when you play the game of craps, they're always calling out, yo, 11. We also note that 11 is also noted to be the ace in the game of blackjack. And I don't know if I can stretch back and explain this part properly because I don't have it on top of my head right now. I don't know what I've done inside of what the blackjack is or what 2 aces do, other than showing you that in the gematria design, when you're counting 1 through 7 through 1, 1, 7, and 1, your 1771 gate, because 1 and 1 separates where M and N are together, the moon, right? Telling me Earth goes over here, Mars goes over here, and we end up with this unifamiliar design that we're never sure that's the hexagon, army stripes. We just have to put the Y division inside, and we end up with the cube. So this is our formation. So what are the totals in here? Well, when this happens, okay, 755, this one will get a total of 17. So let's see if we can. This one is a total of 17. When this one happens over here, okay, we get a total of 5 and 7 and 7 equaling to 19. Here we get the total of 7 and 5 and 5 equals to 17. So 17. So we have C19 and we have C17, right? Is that the two things we're talking about right now? I don't know. So the total is 36 or 1 and 8 voided heaven. And now we have the third one over here. And the third one, what was the third one again? 755, 557, 3 up and 3 down. This one over here we didn't get to. And this one is 5 and 7 and 5. So this one is also 17, but this one, okay, is going to be what is 5 and 12. Mars memory. 5 and 3 electric company, to where this one is going to be 7 and 10, to where this one is going to be 5 and 14. So they're each telling their own story. 514. This is the IT system in the sun. We know also the mathematics of 2 times 5, 2 plus 5, what they create as well, 17Q. There's just so many things. It just keeps opening up the entire can of worms. Just keeps opening up. Everything has its understandable meaning. I want to finish off. Did we finish off why Mars became the window? The numeric value for the word Mars is 51. M13, A1, R18, S19, totals 51. You can say a 5 looks like that and a 1 looks like that, if you like, but it's the 4th planet, so maybe you want to draw it up that way. Or maybe we'll do it both ways. And it says Fed or Federation or deaf, the silent Federation. So that now Earth, in which if you put the H forward, it'd be heart. And then inside, we'd have to continue this to see a little bit deeper. But the totality for this Earth is 52. I can also note it as that. But Earth is the third planet. So can I do that? Not really. V minus 2 equals the third planet. V minus 1 equals to the fourth planet. Except I move them forward, and I call it Uranus. And I move this one forward if I want to what is Mars, and I can call it inside Saturn. Saturn, Uranus, polarity conjunction, S and U. 19th and 21st, a letter, 1 and 3. So here, since we're doing it this way, since V11 and V1 come together, I like to say we can have the spirit of 76 if we like. At the same time, if I'm going to make one line, I can create the window. But in order to create Earth, I either have to put Earth here and here, or here and here to have two, which is going to be divided by Mars, or make Earth on its own. And Earth would be this way, and Mars would be this way. 2 by 2, 22, 3 by 3, 33, 1 square, and 4 squares. The relationship between 1 and 4, completely different. 1 can live in 4 times. To that, if I was completing an equation or creating an equation to this one, to where I completed the formation. In fact, you can even draw it different by just using 3 and 3. But when you draw the 3 and 3, the Venus dot comes up, and these are two separate houses, and it looks like hearts connected by a diamond. The 3, 1, 3, 1, 3 cycle. And there are 7 months that invert the 31 or 13. Because when you count your months backwards, 7 months begin with a 31 or 13. 13, 03, 92, 82, 72, 62, 52, 42, 32, 22, 20. Hold on, did I get that right? 32, 22. Hold on a second. 32, 22, 02. And then you go to 91, right? 91, 81, 71, 61, 51, 41, 31, 21, and then you go to 11, and then you go to 01, and then you go to 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 20, 10. And that would be your countdown of, if you were counting your calendar backwards, because 31, 30, 29, 28, 27. So when you do it the other way, you get a different kind of formation setting up and a different kind of story. So you'd end up with 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So in this one, 16, you'd have 18, 13, you'd have 18, you'd have 18, you'd have 15, you'd have 18, you'd have 12, 7, 6, you'd have 18, and here you'd have 9. So you'd have I and R. So it's talking about something to do with the sun. The I and R is the only family that has 2 letters, none other. So how about Rhea? Hair. AI. Heaven's birth. OR, gold. Heaven's golden birth. In the sun. 3 by 3, 3 plus 3 in the rotation of the sun of Reich. We're living in the third house of Reich, or Reich. So this is your countdown backwards. There's story inside of here. It's the first time I did this. I'm going to have to go over this again. So many things to go over. And there's many other things to do. So that becomes Earth and Mars. If we wanted to connect the dollar sign, I have to do the dollar sign this way for the reason that it's square paper and the line will not go outside the line for no reason unless I create it this way, giving us now what I understand to be the linear 4 by 8 boards and the reason for the boards being 4 by 8. If I drew this any other way, it would have to end up to be square. So the whole formation, what would this whole formation take up on this angle? It would actually take up the 9 lives of the cat, creating Mars on the 45-degree angle. It would create this x, x, half, half. Here is 30 creation. Half are spares. We need 2 balls. Then we have this insignia over here. It looks like a Swazi thing. I'm going to take a 2-minute break here. Wow, I didn't even know time flies. I got a little bit more on the agenda. I know I missed a few things. Earth and Mars always associated, and it's not just associated because I'm saying it's associated. I get all my information from this, and then off the roulette wheel, I don't have much of it. I say I don't have much, but when you put it all together, it is what it is. I'll be back in a minute. Don't hesitate. I'm just going to check if anybody's on one of the other social media platforms. Knowing the truth and waking up and standing up and knowing what I believe now, what I believe or what I have read, but you have to take note. Who am I? Do my words count? What do they count for? There is something more. There is something more, and sometimes we have to just stand down and do absolutely nothing, not move. But I'm hungry, not to move. The only thing that's relevant is going to the bathroom and drinking water. That's it. Not moving, not going anywhere. You know what happens in traffic? That's what we're living our life now, in traffic all the time. And only because we're making the traffic because we leave the house. We can't create the solution because it's all bureaucratic, right? Bureau meaning the office. Can't explain the rest. Don't really want to get into it. But there's only one way to solve the complete mystery of this planet. And it's how we stand together, and how we stand together is how we communicate, and why must we do something, and how we can bring something on. And I don't want to talk about the change in your pocket because that's exactly what I'm talking about. Just to know, to go back, I'm going to go back to the church. There's a few things about the church that are really, really, for me, mathematically calculable. Words are calculable. That means the Bible is calculable. And so far it's telling me there is LID. When they say keep the lid on it, life after death, life in death. LAD. So give me a minute. I'm going to get something in the kitchen. Oi, oi, oi. What's happening? You finally showed up? Hey, your hair's growing back. You look pretty. Pretty girl. Be back in a minute. I made you an egg. Why aren't you drinking it? I made you an egg. Why aren't you drinking it? Does anybody drink eggs here? I don't drink eggs. Oh, not bad on 2 legs, eh? You like the egg? You like the egg? Just give me a second here. Go get it. Whoop. Go get it. Come on, get the egg. Here's the egg. Okay. Okay. I need to get away. I need to get away where I can go and breathe. And, you know, it's not easy to breathe, eh? It's not easy to breathe for many people in this world. Relax, breathe. It's okay. You think it actually works that way? Once you get to a certain stress level, you've reset your formation to breathe that way. Okay, just to let you know, there's absolutely no one watching me for the last hour and a half. We're going to continue on. I'm going to have to get another book. I think I'm going to have to start marking my books with dates and the times. It's this was December 30th. One, 3, 5, 7, 9. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. We got to the center over here and we went by 4s. This way we went by 4s. This way we went by 2s. The date is January 7th, 2023. Well, it's 2024, but anyways, and we're doing a video right now and I'm doing interactive. So we're going to come back on to, we've done 1, 4, 7. We did 2 to the 7 void. So let's go back to understand what 2 to the 7 void is before we go on, just to bring our minds back. Where the multiplication of 7 did exactly what number 1 did, except it inverted it, where 1, everything stood in the same position. With 7, what was the top became the bottom, and the other 2 were switched. As with 4, 1, 4, and 7, okay? 1, 4, and 7, 1, 4, and 7, times 1, 4, 7, times 1, 4, 7, times 1, 4, 7 equals to where it equals 1, 4, 7 to where it equals to, we're going to, to where it equals to 4, 7, 1 to where it equals to 7, 1, 4. This is the change in its formation. 1, 4, 7, 4, 1. So what would happen if I went 1, 4, 7, 4, 7, 1, 7, 1, 4? It'd be 12, 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 it'd be 21, and it would be 12, 21. That's all it would be, 147 and 147. Our totality would be 36 and 36 and the 2 corners of 33. So we'd have 72, 105. Something's wrong. Stress. Okay, so that's now 2, 5, and 8 over 2, 5, 8 over 2, 5, 8 over 2. Maybe I shouldn't be doing it this way, but anyways, equals equals to 4, 1, 7 equals to 1, 7. No, hold on. 8 by 5 by 8 is 44. 8 by 2 is 7. 8 by 5 is 4 and 1. We would end up with 4, 1, 7, 1, 7, 4, 7, 4, 1. So this one would equal to right. This one would equal to 12, 12, 12, 12, 21, 12, 12, 12. Same result. Again, we have a different formation where we had 147. We now have 417. So does this row move over here? Is there 417 anywhere? No, there is not. And now when we go to 369 over right, I was supposed to do also 258. Hold on a second. I was going to do 147 over 2, 5, and 8. So this one would end up to be 2. This one would be 5. This one would be 8. Then 2, 5, 8. This would be 8. This one would be 2. And this one would be 5. And then 2, 5, 8. This one would be 5. This one would be 8. This one would be 2. So we'd end up with 2, 5, 8, 8, 2, 5, 5, 8, 2. So here we end up with 15, 15, 15, 15, 6, 15, 15, 15. So we'd have 45. So we'd end up with 45 and 6 equaling to Mars, 45 and 15, let's say 60 seconds on the clock. But just to note that the center of the roulette table, 15, 16, 17 equals to 51, and 20, 18, 19, 20, 17, 18, no, 16, 17, 18 equals to 51, 19, 20, 21 equals to 60. The core of the roulette table. Now, we did these 1, 4, and 7s. They all ended up to be what this was. Now we go to number 3. When we multiply by number 3, 147, 258, 369, it will equal to 369. 6, 6, 6. Three, 3, 3, 6, 6, 6, 9, 9, 9, showing us that if we want to control 147 and 258, can be controlled by just using the number 3 in multiplication. And then they all work with inside of each other. I'm not sure if this size of the Earth diameter, is that what this is? 9 times 9 is 81. 9 times 90 times 90. 7290. Okay. I like to look at it that way. So here is the moon, and this is the Earth diameter connection. Bless me. Bless me. So we did that. When we went to the 4, and again, when we went to the 4, we brought it back to where the 4 brings everything back to the 147 formation, to the formation in its own. Nothing changes with number 4. You see, with number 258, everything becomes 147. With 147, everything becomes 147. With 147, everything becomes 258. So they, for 1 and for 2, right? Both these come into this one, but this one, right? This one in its own comes into this one, but this one in here leaves it in its own. Did I do that right? The 2, this house in its own comes back to this one. This house in its own comes back to itself, and this house into this house remains in that house. Interplying that these two work together. And now number 4 with 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9 ends up to be 4, 7, 1, 8, 2, 5, 3, 9, 3, 6, 9. So with this one, you get all the numbers. With number 3, you get everything matched up. With number 1, you repeat. With number 2, you repeat with number 4. But with number 4, you get everything in a different formation. So number 1, let me go back to the beginning. Number 1, nothing moves. Nothing moves. Everything remains the same, 147. But with number 4, see, everything remains itself. But with number 4, I made a mistake before. Everything converts to just an inversion, but nothing really changes. So everything comes formation into number 3. We did this yesterday, and there was some results out of it yesterday. And we cannot do number 9, because what happens with number 9, okay, is everything becomes 9. Everything is 9 with 9. So we do 10 nines, we end up with 90. It's the only one. There's a thing that goes on with 9. You see 9, 9 and 9 is 18. Then we have 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90, 99. 9 and 99 come together as 108. So you'll have 108, 108. What do you have? 10 of them. So you have 1080, like 1080 pi, like location of the house, right? Like the Interstate 80 comes through 99. It's also Jupiter 13. It's area space in time heaven, THIR, and that's inside the sun. It's inside the sun. Time heaven begins at 4th. It is the mirror worlds. We have to total out the 10. We have to add it up. If we add it all up to a single digit, I would get a total of 90. It's the only one that comes out to 90. Every other one is 45 plus 1 or 45 plus, it can't be plus 9 equaling to 54. That would be the sun breath. It would be 45 plus 8, no more than 8. So it'd be 53 electric company. With the gateway in 45, it becomes Earth 52, or with 6, the light of Mars, 45 and 6 equaling to 51. What am I doing here? I'm going to show you the rotation of numbers. I did this last night, but my voice wasn't coming out. I'm going to see that inside the gate, seconds and time. Yeah, I was also working on a piece on time yesterday. I'm going to see if I can go over the. Remember, the seconds begin at the 100th seconds, right, to create 1 second. So by the time you get 6 seconds, it's actually 600. So if you want to multiply that by 10 for the 6,000 years of time that they talk about biblically, I try to match up the biblical where we can possibly get it, and I can start with the smallest thing is the hundredths of a second. So that would be 100 to 6 seconds. 6 seconds would be 600. So that would be 6,000 equals to a minute. Now I'm going to need, I don't know if I should get into that right now. I've done it so many times and I'm not fluid. So let's see if I can do this. We have 6 seconds. I need times 6 equaling to 36 in relation to 360 degrees. So now I have 36 seconds relevant to 360, or should I multiply it by 60 for 360? The minute I get to 36, I want to call it finish of the formation because I'm already working in the 10th group. So I'm going to keep it to a minimum. If I multiply it by 60, I'll get 360. So let me work on both formations. So now we have 36 seconds for this. Now we're going to multiply it times 4. It's going to be 144. And here's going to be 1440. So 1440 gives me the minutes in a day. So this is 1 day. But it actually gave me 144 seconds, which is actually 2 minutes and 24 seconds. So now I'm going to multiply this by the 6 days of creation, equals to 86,400. And this is going to be giving me times 6 equals to 1440, or 144, which is 12 by 12. No, I didn't. It wasn't this. It was times this. Sorry. It's supposed to give me the same thing. I was just working in the seconds, which gives me 864. So by this giving me this, it gives me the 6 days, and the numeric value for this is the number of seconds in the day is 864 and some zeros. I don't need the rest. The number to the diameter of the sun is 8640. I don't need the rest. Okay, there is an equation in here telling me the planet, the blue planet house of DC, to where 6 and 8 is the half-life of the 9 lives of the cat, the pound key, 2 and 4, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. And this will give me electric company 5 and 3, the E-world create, 15 and 8, 23. Ho. It's the first part of where this is the part where pi begins. This is 29, and 1 and 5 equals to 6, and 1 and 4 equals to 5. This is where the student comes in at the 7th gate. So now that we created this, we're going to multiply this by 3. And I'm doing this because of other numbers that come up. This will give me 25,920. This is the Mayan cycle count. And when I multiply this one by 3, I end up with 432, which is part of our vibration, which is half of what the sun is. So in creation of the equation, it's showing me half of something, even after I multiply it, in which in which 6 times this relationship will will finish to create what is the Mayan cycle. So now I would have to multiply this by 6 to complete that. But there is a seventh day. There is a seventh day. So what addition do I add on, or what do I use in context to the difference of the 7 days? Of the 1 day we live in the Mayan cycle, 432, we live our vibration to the light of the half-life of Mars. Mars and Saturn. See, Mars, like I said, numeric value is 51. 5 and 1 is 6. Mars inside Saturn. Saturn, Uranus coming together. 6 and 7 coming together. 4 and 3 is their reverse, which tells me again, Earth, Mars, DC. 9 and 11 come together. I'm just trying to look for what other equations. 9, 11 come together. Anyways, regardless. So now we have the Mayan cycle. So now, would I work this out to 2, 5, 3, 4, or 1, 6? It's in the 1, 6 form. What is the 2, 5 form? What is the 3, 4 form? I like to look at it as this 1 day will be Wednesday, and these will be the 3 days before and 3 days after. This is the way the moon cycle works. This is the way the 7 months, and I believe the 7 months of 31 days, that are something different in the 31 days happening than there are in the 30 days. And the reason for the numbers is to, I believe, to click into place and accept through all of us that value. Oh, it's the last day, the second and last day, because what happens is this number is times 4 times 30. Because once you have the 30th day come last, the 30th day can come first. So both 31 and 30 become first as they become last. 31 days last 7 times, 30 days last 4 times. Do you follow what that equation is? Because we're counting backwards. So half of this will be 12,960. Pairing up these two, 396 in rotation. Half of this is 216. That would be the moon. That would be the moon. So anyways, what we're going to do now is to note that there's 1,440 minutes in a day. Here's another formation that came on. It's called the 2000th year formation. And I call it the 2000th year formation is because after vibration, which is 3 times 1 formation, 4320, we add on 1440, giving us 5760, which is 1920 ST, beginning of a formation. Why is this beginning of a formation? Hold on a second. HG, I just want to try to figure out what that is. HGH. Okay. This, in Hebrew time, was the year 2000. They called this a complete reset. All the computers, even in the time we barely had anything connecting, all the computers would reset just because of 1 day changing the calendar. So what kind of calendar did they actually change that they had to set the people's minds upon this agony that companies went through during these periods of time? 5760 is talking about the changing moon in the half-life. Divided up, the 10 yards is within us. 50, the 50-yard line, the NFL versus the CFL, is the difference between, I believe this is the this is the CFL, the NFL. Okay, this is the CFL, where there's the dividing 10-yard line in between. Unless you want to look at it as Mars is no longer the window, but Mars is now number 33, the cat. See, it's one way or the other way. With me, I didn't mention that even though I look at Mars this and Earth this, being Mars the window, cutting this way when it comes into this formation. It cannot go down straight. Only one line comes here. It means we go down with two lines, and Mars has two moons. Earth only has one moon. So can we revert to Earth being the window and Mars being the two lines, although Mars numeric value only has a singular line? Right now I'm working with 3322. Working with 22, 33 for Earth, 22 for Mars, but we can flip the whole scenario around, just like the moon in your eye inverts everything. We can just flip that all around. It does not matter. It's just like flipping. Anyways, so now we have this formation came into the year 2000. You can say all zeros equal to 9. You can say, again, all zeros equal to 6. I worked that formation. On one side, it's a 9. On the other side, it's a 6. Are you coming or going? Whoop, whoop, whoop. See, it looks like it's pointed, but it's not. It's just a formation, 555, 555. So this one looks like it's see, that's the 8 that connects 6 and 9 together, created by 33. 3 times 3 creates the 9. 3 plus 3 creates a 6. So see the way this one looks like it's going that way? And then this one looks like it's going that way. That way and that way. Actually, we can create more towers if you want. Two-sided towers, the split towers. If I want, I create that ace beam in the center. Okay, so where did we get to? Where are we going? What's next? What did I start with yesterday? Yes, yesterday I started with this formation. I can do it again. I can leave it written. Just give me 1 second, just in case. I just want to check something out here. Okay, now I just want to check on well, you know what? It's maybe it's about 2 hours I'm here. There's nobody watching. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to continue this for those who made it to this time. I'm going to continue this either soon, shortly, or a little bit later. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to show you the number formations, the formations of 10. I'm not sure if I completed. Let me see. I have to erase this channel. It says somebody's watching. Okay, it completes the formation of 10. 10 is the two ends of a shoelace. 10. Is it 10 when you connect the ring? The two rings come together. They're both the same at the end. Is that 10? Is 8 what is in between? And then, or is it 12 that's in between? Then you flip over the 12 and make 2 loops, and the 12 becomes 8. And then you put a ring on each side, and you connect that together. That creates 10. One of the reasons for 10, 11, 12 also, I believe, in bowling, they show you this, that when you have your 10th strike, your 10th frame, they give you 2 extra. It's like putting your foot inside the door, then walking away from the area space of the door. Imagine this is the door over here.
you're standing in the door. Well, the door has to open, taking up area space. You have to put 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out of the door, walk away from the door so we can shut the door. Now, if the door opened to the outside, you have to be standing away from the door. Therefore, you have to approach the door before you go through the door. So I'm trying to understand what that is for 10, 11, 12. They show it in bowling. They do it in roulette, where we have sections of 12, 3 by 4, 4 by 3. The most numbers that you can ever play in roulette is either 1 number, 2 numbers, 3 numbers, 4 numbers. They have 5 when they have 0, double 0. You can play 5 only. That is when ABC comes in, only 10, 20 location. You have 6 numbers. They do not have 7 numbers. I don't believe they have 8 numbers either, or 9 or 10 or 11, but they do have 12. They have sections of 12s that you can put an individual, 6 individual spaces to create this. So everything that goes on in this world is how I match everything together and tell the stories from those matches. Fire. Still one day we're going to complete this. But since there seems to be somebody here, I'm not really sure. I think I'm going to continue on with this. I'm just going to take a 2-minute break, get a little bit of hot water, and be back in a minute. Formations of numbers. And 9 is the only number, okay, that will create 90 in its formation. 9 is the only one that will create it. So just give me a minute. I have to take out the vacuum. Oh, God. You know what? I had purchased like a coffee filter, a metal one. They make it so small, you can't just pour all the water in, but it's not made that way to seep through. Okay. I'm going to do it in order this time. I didn't finish off the number system that I was doing, 7, 8, 9, did I? I didn't. We're going to finish off this number system that I started a half an hour ago, multiplying by 5. And part of the system that I started here, for those who don't know, I'm going to just bring you back for 1 minute. 147 multiplied by 147. 4 by 147, then 7 by 147. And then you do the same thing when you go to 147 with 2, 5, and 8 section. Then you'll go to 147 with 3, 6, 9 to see what the results are. So we're forming, giving form to our numbers. Also to note that 1 equals to 34, 4 is 60, and 7 is 65. So you have what? 150, 159, AEI, Mars birth. In this one, you have 2, 56, you have 5, 42, and you have 8, 49. And the total in this one,
And the total in this one is 13, 147. Wow. 147, 159. The bow tie, 147, 159. Time. The pole in the ring, 7 and 14, 1/3 and 2/3. Hockey. The single digit count is 9 and 4, 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 15, 17. 1 and 7 is 8. Within the gate of time, Jesus, energy. And in the last one, again, I have 2, 5, and 8. I don't have any 3, 6, and 9, so we just did it there. I can and will do 3, 6, and 9. Like 5, ironic, like 5, like 5 is 9, is like 9, is 5, is like 9, 42, is like 5, 42. Same as cat. 12, 14, and 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 152. Here you're talking, here 52 is earth, memory. This will create mathematically a gateway with 2 times 1, 2 plus 1 is 3 and 2, 5. So to create a sky gate, 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 will now create your 11, which will, 11 is the ace that divides everything. It brings you up to the next level. It's a minimum of 9 and 2 equals to 11. There's no other way to get to 11. Then there's 8 and 3 equaling to 11, and there's 7 and 4. So you have energy, Jesus on the cross equaling to 11. And then you have 6 and 5 equaling to 11. That's the student of Jesus in the creation, heaven's birth of the IT system in the sun, where 29 creates this, creates that, equaling to 29. And that's how your number is created. And through it, it creates 18, the spirit heaven, Ra, and again, back to 11, the divided world. 9 and 2, your birth through the sun. 51, Mars. 52, Earth. Electric company in the card game of the Queen. This one will create 4, 7, and 6. G-O-D. This one will create KFD, Kentucky Fried Chicken. The total is 3. The total is 9, AE and I, 14, 15. The total is 6. What is the total in this one? 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 6, and 8. So where are we going to go first? Oh, yes, I did. There's so many more equations that go along with that. And then there's a different equation where instead of just doing the addition, I'm going to go, let's say 2 times 1, 4, 7, right? So I'm going to get 2, 8, and then 14, 22, 24. But I also get the addition, okay, into this formation, and it would equal to 5, 14, 23, which equals to 5, 5, 5. This is your passing road in your 36 numbers. It's 111 and 555, which culminates between 45, 45 and 288 and 333, to where 111, 111, 111 comes in. Noted that your lock at 111 is going to be 17, 18, 19, it's going to be 16, 17, 18,
19, 20, 21. And we're going to lock this in, first formation. Then we're going to go to 13, 14, 15, right? And then we're going to go to 22, 23, 24. And we're going to keep that in a lock formation. I don't know if I should go this way or come on the outside. I'm just going to do this. And then I'm going to go over to 10, 11, and 12. That's where it all begins in the 10th frame. And then we're going to go over to 25, 26, 27. And we had to have a combination of two together. So no matter what you do, it's this with this, or it's this with this. This and this is 222. This and this is 222. When we bring them up to the formation of 4, okay, we get 888 over 888 equaling to 1776. Actually, it's 444, but we connect the next row to it, right? Always with 222. When we connect the next row to it, it's 28, 29, 30, which is 78 total. Sorry, I didn't exactly say that right. I shouldn't have done it that way. I skipped forward a couple of moves. This one and this one, okay, is going to be what is 333. And this one and this one is what's going to be 333. I was adding them all together. So this one is 111. And this one and this one together is 111, equaling to 222. And this one together is 111. Did I get that right? Let me see. Okay. 10 and 27, 37, 25 and 12, 37. 33 and 78 is 111. 23, 37. So what we have is 42 and 69 is 111. And then we have the total of 111 here. So 111, 111, 111, 333. So that's what fits the center to this. These two will fit the centers to the outside. This is the center of 36 numbers. Now I'm going to go on to step number 2. So now I'm going to go 2 times. No, I'm going to do the opposite from the cube. Instead of the 2, do the 5. 2, 5, 7, 4 has to be done. The void area on this is the 5. The opposite of that is the 3. The 2 is the opposite of the 5, where the 4 area is the void to the 5, where the 7 area is void. 2 and 5, where Earth is energy and Jesus Christ coming together, Earth's heart. So we have 5 times 1, 4, 7 equals to 1, equals to 2, equals to 5, equals to 2, equals to 8. It actually equals to 5, 20, and 35. And then the next, I'm going to do it to the whole number. And then the 5, this one equals to 6, this one equals to 9, and this one equals to 12. Did I get that right? So this is 47, this is 29, and this is 11. So if you notice, they're all 11, 11, 11, as like this was 5, 5, 5, as they go on to be 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The multiplication and the addition, if I want to continue the sequence of what 11 is. Now this one comes to show itself again on the cube. The inverted void on the cube is all 11. Just choose one dot. We'll choose the single dot. We'll choose a single square. There are 8 around it. If there's that, we'll turn this over. We'll take the 6 dot, and we'll take these 6, and there's 3 void. So we had a 3 void and 8 void equaling to what is 11. 1331 in the multiplication, and the addition is 33. What's inside the sun? The divided sun. So now we're going to go to number 7 for the 7 void on the 2 and see how that feels form. So, right, we're going to use the 2.
We're going to use 7 by 147, and we're going to get 7, 28, 49, and 8, and 11, and 49. Whoa, that's wrong. 14. Mars, birth, student. We had number 29 in there, eh? We had number 29 in that one also, inside of 5. 47 and 11. We also didn't do the 5, 6, 2, 9, 8, 3. 8, 3 inside of this one, creation heaven. So inside of this one, we have 1, 2, and 4, 5. So this has to do with the sun, the student, the birth in the sun, and the gateway in Mars. 1/4. Seems like 1/4 of Mars. It seems like Mars is the pound, and Earth becomes. See, with this, I can draw this line and this line, and this line and this line and this line and this line. So I have 1, 2. Actually, I have how many points coming out? I have 3, 6, 9, 12. And now you want to ask yourself, that formation is how we pass through the center. Because you cannot see the space here. We have to draw on line connecting the lines. The only way, the builder's way. What did we get the total on the last one? No, I didn't do the totals. I should have done the totals. This one is 42. This one is 76, 86, 87. This one is 92, 107. Stands for 20. The combination that creates 5 times 2, 5 plus 2, JG, Jack God, the gateway, and Q. This ends up to be the numeric values that do not sit the same with number 7. This becomes 6. This becomes 2. This becomes 9. Unlike what happened with this equation, that ended up to be all 11s, that ended up to be all of 5s. So now what we're going to see is the void to the 5 is number 4. So now we're going to do it by number 4 with 1, 4, 7. And don't forget, there's also 2, 5, and 8. We don't have to do, we can do 3, 6, and 9, but anything you multiply with 3, 6, and 9, right? I'll do that later. It's completely different. We always get 3, 6, and 9, but 9, you'll always get 9s. So here we have 4 and 5, 16 and 8, and 28 and 11. 5, 8, and 2 come back to formation. 5, 8, and 2 come back to formation. 5, 8, and 2 come back to formation. 5, 8, and 2. So everything comes back into formation with 5, 8, and 2 when multiplying with any number with 1, 4, and 7. So this one will equal to 9, equals to 24, equals to 39. So it ends up to be 9, 8, wow, 7, 11. Wow, this is wrong also. 7, 11, and 3, 6, and 9. And then this one is 24, 6. And this one is 3. 9, 6, 3, 9, 3, 6. 7 and 4 coming together. Let me check this out. Well, these two, 5 and 2 were even, right? 5 became 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 became 5, 5 became 2 at the end. 1 and 1 is 2. 5 became 2, but their voids inverted themselves to stay the same numbers. So now if I work back myself to what didn't I do? 6. This would be 6, 24, 42, 66, the divided road. This would be 7, 10, 13, 7, 1, 4 in this formation. Instead of 2, 5, 8, 6 brings everything back to 1, 4, and 7. 3, 6, 9 bring everything back to full formation. This equals to 13. This equals to 34. This equals to 55. This equals to 4, 7, and 1. This will be 666. This will be 714 in this area, bring everything back to what is 417. 369 with 147 creates 4, 7, and 1. Okay. There's more to do. We have to skip on to the 2, but we're 2.5 hours into this, so we're going to be stopping for the day. I'm just going to give you the lights of what I'm going to be doing in one of my next videos, and it's the adding 3, starting with 3, so adding 3. Then what happens next is, let's say starting with 4, then adding 4. But when you look at it, goes up 4, down 5, up 4, down 5, up 4, down 5, but that's not it. We're adding 4s. The second one is I'm adding 2s, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. What happens when we add 2s to 4s? Where we end up? And there's a total mathematical number that comes with this. And here's another one for 3. We're going by 2 only, and where we end up and what the story is inside of this. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Peace. If you're still on vacation, have a good vacation. If you're going on vacation, have a great vacation. Mistakes happen, things happen, shit happens. You have to prepare for whatever you can, and what you shows up, make do. Breathe. Thank you for watching.